All right, welcome back, Warhawks Army. What is up, Warhawks Army, and welcome back to Showcase of the Immortals, WWE 2K24. Now, for those of you who weren't here last time, we went from the first the first match, which was the WrestleMania 3 clash between Macho Man Randy Savage and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 3. They left out a few matches from the first two WrestleManias. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. All they have the rights to use all the people that are in the match, at least as far as I know, in some of the at least the main events. But either way, then we went to the main event of WrestleMania 3 between Andre the Giant, who I shared a birthday with, and Hulk Hogan for the WWF Championship at the time. And then the next one was Ravishing Rick Rude versus the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 5 for the Intercontinental Championship, followed by the Mega Powers exploding between Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. Then we had the Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan in the Ultimate Challenge. And this was on April 1st, 1990, about a month and 18 days before my birthday, the day I was born specifically. And then you had Bret the Hitman Hart and Roddy Piper. I believe, it was for the Intercontinental Championship. Speaking of the Intercontinental Championship, after the last match we played was Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match. So we went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches previously. I'm going to try to play more. Can't guarantee anything, but I'm going to try this time around, and then see how we go. And these will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. You can find them if you look down below at somewhere. You will find it. Next up, we have what match is that? Anyway, next up we have Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret the Hitman Hart in a submission match from WrestleMania 13. This match featured Ken Shamrock as the special guest referee. And if you have ever seen a shot of Stone Cold in the sharpshooter with blood dripping down his face, yeah, that's what this is from. This is what that's from. This match is what that is from. Yeah. Hey, Nightingale, welcome in. And all right, there's a command for that. I was just writing down what we've gone through so far and what match is up next. Okay. And then it looks like I can't tell what matches. I want to say the next one they're going to skip ahead 4 years. I can't tell. But anyway, let's go.
One of WrestleMania's greatest collisions comes to its scintillating conclusion with Razor Ramon just managing to outlast Shawn Michaels, claiming possession of the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 10. The latter match would open the door for future classics, like the TLC and Money in the Bank matches as well, forever sealing its place in WrestleMania lore. Our next match is another legendary moment that will live forever as we head to WrestleMania 13. Rosemont, Illinois would play host to the most important night on the sports entertainment calendar. And on this night, a match that is the literal definition of an all-time classic unfolded. Bret Hart had been the face of WWE's new generation for years, proudly defending the WWE Championship against all comers and defending WWE's honor against its most...
Welcome in, 5 viewers. How's everybody doing? If you have not done so already, feel free to
The Hitman took some time
follow.
to consider his future options.
Or if you don't want to follow, you just want to lurk, please feel free to do that as well.
Changes to the landscape of WWE's universe. Top among those was the rise of Stone Cold Steve Austin. The man who started the year off as Ted DiBiase's ringmaster would find freedom in his true identity, dropping his manager and finding superstardom in the wake of his 1996 King of the Ring.
Almost, but not quite.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
WWE was trying to find its attitude, but the seeds of change were being planted in the fans who had rallied around Austin. His no-nonsense attitude had made him the ultimate anti-hero. This acceptance of someone who flaunted his breaking of the rules didn't sit right with the Hitman. When Bret made his return, he immediately challenged Austin, who was more than ready to answer the call. The two battled at 1996's Survivor Series, where Hart won in a masterful performance of a feverish back-and-forth battle. The loss only made Austin angrier, creating a single focus for him: to ruin Bret Hart's career. He'd eliminate Hart from the 1997 Royal Rumble match after officials missed Hart first eliminate Austin. The night after Hart captured the WWE Championship at Final Four, Austin would interfere in Hart's first defense on Raw, ending the reign before it could even get started. WWE officials would pit the rivals against each other in a no disqualification submission match. The loser would be forced to admit they were defeated by the better combatant. To make sure that order would be maintained, a special referee was assigned: the world's most dangerous man and former MMA champion, Ken Shamrock. And while Hart had the edge in submission wrestling, Austin was no slouch in that department. And he also had one other thing going for him: his promise to the world that he would never in a million years give up. Once the match started, these two unleashed months of hatred on one another. We were lucky enough to talk to the Rattlesnake himself, Stone Cold Steve Austin, to get his thoughts on this classic encounter.
A lot of people think that the WrestleMania 13 match between myself and Bret the Hitman Hart is one of the best of all time. Certainly one of the best in all of WrestleMania. To me, it's a very special match because everything happened so magically, and specifically WrestleMania 13 cemented the legacy of who and what Stone Cold Steve Austin was. From start to finish, we started it off, we brawled out, we came back into the ring, we brought various factors from around the ring into the ring to use against each other.
Now, a lot of people who don't really follow wrestling don't know is Austin actually started this match as the bad guy. Like, for the first year or so of his career, he was a bad guy, and Hart was a good guy. In the midst of this match, they actually switched sides.
Now it's on you to try and find a way to take out WWE's toughest SOB. Remember, there are no disqualifications, so use whatever you can, and maybe you'll find a way to get him to surrender. I just wouldn't recommend messing with the referee. Shamrock's ankle lock is nasty.
And for those of you who missed it the first time, if you have ever seen that shot of Stone Cold Steve Austin, with blood running down his face, that's where that comes from. Really? Hey, sissy. Uh-oh. Yep. Really? There we go. Bitch. Really? Again, that's on your end, sissy. Is anyone else experiencing lag? Anyone else having any problems of any kind? Come on, get over here. Are you actually experiencing lag, Nick, or are you just being an asshole? Bitch!
Hart immediately showed why this match was perfect for him. Instead of just punching Austin's face, he'd attack Austin's legs instead. Bret wanted to make sure that his search for revenge also ended with him victorious. Hurting Austin in a losing effort was worthless to him. Hart knew every single attack would be used to set up his vaunted sharpshooter, so he started the work early. The Hitman would also find ways to mix his technical style into a more vicious approach, like when he locked Austin in a figure-4 leg lock around the ring post. Normally, a hold that would be subjected to a referee's 5 count, Hart could inflict damage until he chose
I know,
to let
I
go.
can't fucking do anything about that.
And just how much damage had the move done? Had Austin's knee brace offered any type of defense against the maneuver? Austin had the reputation as a brawler, but Hart was showing that he wasn't completely out of his element in this no disqualification match. Bret looked to keep things relatively simple, and so far the plan was paying off. Work the leg, break it down, and the submission opportunities would come.
Really? Come on! Come on. There we go.
As the two continued to fight, the action would again return to ringside. A strong Irish whip from Hart sent Austin flying into the guardrail by the timekeeper. Hart stayed on the attack, looking to maintain control under any circumstances. Unfortunately for Austin, a huge cut had been opened up on his head.
Oh, yeah.
And seeing the red on Austin brought out a whole new level of ferocity for the Hitman. Bret unleashed months of built-up aggression on Austin. Hart abandoned his limb-based attack, focusing only on Austin's bloodied face.
Start smelling blood in the water.
Austin looked to be in very, very bad shape now, all from an innocent Irish whip. It was now Austin's time to prove that he was everything that he said he was. Did Austin have the fight in him to keep going? Would he look for a way out now that Hart had him badly hurt? The Hitman was now in firm control, with Austin in big trouble with a nasty wound on his head. Things were not looking good for the Rattlesnake.
Okay. If anybody has any bits and would like to cheer and, do some sound stuff, please feel free. You are not required to. I would never ask you to. Just figured we'd have some fun. If anyone can still hear me. See? Stop grabbing me! I'm still alive.
continued to maintain control, but Austin would not
Someone
stop
let me know if they
back.
can still hear me.
Desperate, Austin found an opening, tossing Hart to the apron. Austin would then reveal the lengths he was willing to go to, grabbing an extension cord at ringside. I still can't believe that Ken Shamrock checked to see if Hart gave up instead of trying to break him free.
Bro. It is at this point I would like to remind everyone this is all for show. They're not actually we do not condone this.
Just when it looked like Austin was finding daylight, the resourceful hitman clobbered him with the ring bell. Austin had already looked like he was nearly finished. The fans, who had steadily grown louder in favor of Austin, tried to rally the rattlesnake back to his feet one more time. Cut bad and now down again. Was there anything left in Stone Cold Steve?
Yeah, shit. Not what I meant to do, but okay. Oh, shit. Bruh.
When Hart locked in the sharpshooter, you could see two clear reactions. One group was loudly cheering, sure that the hitman had done what he needed to do, and that victory was coming. The other group sat with a mixture of disappointment and hope on their faces. Austin was in trouble, of course, but there's no way Stone Cold was going to give up, right? Bret continued to pull back, remembering all the things Austin had said. Remembering his unfair ouster at the Royal Rumble. Remembering Austin costing him the WWE Championship. And Stone Cold kept fighting.
Yeah.
Austin refused to give up, refused to lose to someone for whom he held so much disdain. Now it was the Bret fans who looked worried, and the Austin fans who began cheering, hoping to will their guy to one last incredible act. Bret pulled back and Austin pushed forward, taking every last bit inside of him to try and fight his way out of the sharpshooter. But on this evening, it wasn't to be. Bret nearly toppled over, but managed to rebalance and reapply the hold. Austin, in one of WWE's most memorable visuals, would struggle one last time to find an escape before collapsing unconscious. Special referee Ken Shamrock would call the match here, as Austin was no longer able to defend himself. Yes, Stone Cold lost, but he lived up to his word and he never gave up.
As a result of Stone Cold Steve Austin losing consciousness, the winner of this bout, Bret Hitman Hart!
Hart was happy with the win, but he still took the opportunity to attack Austin after the match, which only
And
served
there's
to
the heel turn.
alienate whatever fans still cheered for Bret. Even in victory, Hart refused to be the better man, which was disappointing to the millions who had supported him. But for Hart, all that mattered was the victory.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't get into it with Kid Shamrock. That's not a good idea.
And Stone Cold had, while trapped in the sharpshooter, won over an entire fan base with his
He's like,
fight
come on,
until
bitch,
the very end.
let's do it. You want to go? Let's go.
WWE history, featuring two of the very best to ever compete in the WWE ring. It made Stone Cold Steve Austin a generational superstar, and it showed that the Hitman wasn't only a technical wrestler. Counter holds, ringside brawling, and lots of weapons, along with one of the most famous endings to any WWE match ever. Such a classic. I never get tired of this match.
Oh, he flipped the fan off. Did you see that? Yeah, I don't know what y'all are talking about. It ain't buffering for me.
Despite being victorious, Bret Hart's post-match attack on Steve Austin only served to galvanize the fans into fully supporting Stone Cold. And Austin, even in defeat, would only increase his reputation by living up to his word, refusing to surrender in the match. Steve Austin fighting the sharpshooter with everything he has remains an enduring WrestleMania moment in a career filled with them. 4 years later, Austin found himself in a very different position in WWE. Taken out in a heinous attack at the 1999 Survivor Series, Austin would be out for nearly a year before returning at No Mercy in 2000. Austin would first look to exact revenge on those who took him out, Rikishi and Triple H, before setting his sights on regaining the WWE Championship. Stone Cold would then head to the 2001 Royal Rumble, entering at number 27. Before he could enter the ring, he'd again be attacked by Triple H, looking to avenge Austin's interference earlier in the night. Austin was in bad shape, but somehow managed to emerge victorious, securing his opportunity to compete for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 17. Defending against Austin would be The Rock, Austin's main rival for years. The two legends personify the Attitude Era and had previously met for the WWE Championship in the main event of WrestleMania 15. That night, Stone Cold managed to defeat the corporate champ to regain the championship. On that same night that Rock captured the WWE Championship at No Way Out 2001, Austin would face Triple H in a 3 stages of hell match.
Wish they'd put that match in the game. That would have been fucking awesome.
A street fight, and then a steel cage if necessary. While Austin took the early lead in winning the first fall, he'd lose the next two in a heartbreaker to Triple H. The loss shook Austin, who felt the wave of momentum he was riding should have been unstoppable. Heading into WrestleMania, Austin would speak openly about how he didn't just want the win, but that he needed it.
I need to beat you, Rock. I need it more than anything that you could ever imagine.
When you headline an event, you've got to be on top of your game, be in the best of your game to put on a show and to warrant that main event status.
Austin was going to do everything he could to guarantee the nearly 68,000 attending in his home state of Texas would not be disappointed. The People's Champ had other ideas. He had worked hard while Austin was out to establish himself as the man in WWE. And the opportunity to prove his status with this WrestleMania rematch had the Brahma Bull almost bursting at the seams. If anything was for sure, it was that The Rock would do one thing, and one thing only.
Just bring it! He'd been through the battles, he'd come into his own, nothing was handed to him, he earned it all, and he turned himself into the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. At no point in time in wrestling history were two stars, two wrestlers, as hot as both I was and The Rock was. It's hard to explain why we're such good opponents. We just were.
Hi everybody, how's it going? If you can hear me and you're wanting to talk, please do so I know that somebody can hear me.
The pinnacle of the Attitude Era's excellence, with its two biggest names doing battle once again.
I'm getting people saying that I'm getting two people saying there's a lot of buffering, but I've got my stream open to where I can see it, and it's working just fine for me.
Before the bell could even make this match official, the action was underway. Austin was proving that he'd do anything to win, first attacking Rock while his back was turned, and then looking to use the WWE Championship. Rock had a brief moment where he unloaded some of his trademark rights, but then ran into Austin's Thez press. Austin was wrestling with a hint of desperation not usually seen from him. A very, very fast start.
Again, I don't know why they are skipping years. Like, I mean, I guess I could see why. It's kind of one of those.
Really started stomping a mud hole.
I guess I could see why the bro. They did cover some of them in the 10 years ago in the 30 years of WrestleMania, so I mean I could see why they wouldn't do all of them. I mean, in the previous, in the last one that covered Milestone WrestleMania, I think they had at least one from every match, from every game, or not game, every WrestleMania. Mize keeps her on the top rope. I don't remember telling you to get up. Bro! Texas pile driver. Straight out of Texas. Bruh. I don't remember saying you could reverse and not fucking... There we go. See, that's supposed to happen.
Once the action went to the ringside area, the brutality really got ratcheted up. Rock used the announce table and timekeeper's table to his advantage. But took his eye off Austin for one brief moment, which allowed Austin the chance to clock him with the belt. Austin was really...
They need to let us use the belt again. That was fucking fun. I love whacking people in the face with the belt. And I do believe that is The Rock's mother that the camera just focused on right next to Austin. So... I believe. Don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure.
A more deliberate approach as he threw heavy rights at The Rock, who stumbled all over trying to stay on his feet. Austin's face wore an angry sneer while he planned his next move, knowing he had plenty of time with Rocky hurt.
And also, the Monday before this, March 26, 2001, was the day that the WCW purchased by WWF at the time. Why are they blurring out JR's face? I get that they're in different companies, but why are you blurring out their faces? Everyone knows who they are. Everyone knows. Right? I get they're in different wrestling companies now, but everyone knows who called this match and who the referee was. Hell, you just showed his face right there.
Back in the ring, Austin continued a methodical, brutal beatdown to the People's Champion.
But yeah, this was the day before. This was the Monday before. This was when the purchase of WCW went through by WWF at the time. I say at the time because it was WWF at the time.
Even when Rock was able to land a few strikes of his own, Austin immediately cut off his offensive surge.
Neckbreaker. I love that. I love that. Just the fuck you.
Stone Cold hadn't been WWE champion for nearly 18 months, and it was clear that this had done something to his psyche. The Rock wasn't the reason that Austin was out, but
is that what they're going for the heel turn? Because he just snapped.
Every opportunity
I mean, that I could see that.
For taking what he considered to be his.
Fun fact: that title belt you see a fan holding up in the hard cam right there. I actually have that belt. Well, a different version of that belt because the one I've got is different from the one he's holding, but. Is there burning? I don't know. And it's not that I don't think it's that they don't have the rights. I think it's because he's in a different company. And they don't want to promote someone who's in a different company. It's the same reason one of the announcers, one of the commentators at the on the side there, his face is blurred, even though he's a legend and a WWE Hall of Famer. If you can't do anything, it's no disqualifications.
He took advantage of Austin backing off and clotheslined his way back into the match.
I agree. That's why I said. Now, see, them blurring out the WWF logo makes sense because they actually don't have the rights to that. That's why a lot of the time, if they're recapping something that happened, like in the '90s, you'll see the logo blurred. You'll see WWF muted. Stuff like that because they don't have the rights to be able to use it.
Was able to reevaluate the situation, and once he had, he went to ringside to grab the timekeeper's bell.
That's why they changed the name, because they lost the rights.
Now it was The Rock who was going to find an angrier, meaner place inside, and it was The Rock who was going to make Stone Cold Steve Austin suffer. With no rules to hold them back, the Brahma Bull and the Rattlesnake were going to throw absolutely everything at each other, with the dream of leaving WrestleMania 17 as WWE champion.
Yes, I did, actually. Hey! And I'm going to have a similar problem with this video because it's going to have the same problem. I already know. Really? Countering. Get up! Really? There we go.
Back and forth they'd gone, but neither Austin nor The Rock had found that moment that would give them the win. As Austin attempted an Irish whip, though, The Rock would surprise him with a stone-cold stunner of his own. The millions and millions of Rock's fans exploded. Would this be it? Could The Rock embarrass Austin like this by beating him with his own move in Texas? Austin would display his hallmark grit, managing to kick out at the 2 count. And while the 2 men laid on the mat, trying to find the spark to get back to their feet, Mr. McMahon would make his entrance.
I love that they put a question mark at the end. Also, Vince McMahon is not in the game. Like, he has a model, he appears on the thing, but you cannot play as him. The same goes for Brock Lesnar. I will not explain why. You want to know, you'll have to look it up. I cannot speak of why on Twitch. I don't want to get banned. But just know that neither Vince McMahon nor Brock Lesnar are playable in the game. And if you'd like to know why, look it up.
All eyes are on Mr. McMahon. But in the ring, Austin flattens The Rock with an incredible spine buster, which gets a 2 count. Caught up in his frustration, Austin blindly rushes at Rock, who now flattens Austin with his spine buster.
Speaking of spine busters, and the self-professed most electrifying move in sports entertainment. As he says.
That leads to the people's elbow. But when Rock covers Austin, Mr. McMahon breaks up the pin. That's right. Mr. McMahon helped Stone Cold Steve Austin. To this day, I cannot believe I ever saw that happen. The look on The Rock's face is pretty much the look that I had.
Excuse me?
What the hell? Rock's anger raged over, and he made a huge mistake in forgetting about Austin in hopes of laying the smackdown on Mr. McMahon, which led to him running straight into a Stone Cold version of the Rock Bottom. Mr. McMahon had turned the match on its head, and Stone Cold Steve Austin looked ready to strike and finish his quest of regaining the WWE Championship under some unthinkable circumstances.
And 2, 3, 4. Right. Go. Oh, okay. Said standing. So I have to make sure he's standing. Get your bitch ass up. I ain't hit you that hard. There we go.
It was inevitable. Stone Cold was going to win, and it was obvious to everyone watching. The Rock had been able to get back into it once Mr. McMahon had arrived. Now Stone Cold was obliterating The Rock with a chair as Mr. McMahon instructed him, and all we could do was watch. Somewhere in the darkest places of Steve Austin's mind, he had convinced himself that the only way to get back to where he was would be by teaming with the man who had been his biggest enemy for years. Had the man never really changed? Had he simply fooled the fans during those years where he was WWE's most popular superstar? Should it have ever been surprising that the man who preached DTA, don't trust anybody, was not someone to be trusted? Or had something changed in Austin while he was gone? And how could The Rock have ever expected anything like this to happen?
I am skipping that song because I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get copyrighted.
One of the most stunning endings in WrestleMania history sees Stone Cold Steve Austin align with Mr. McMahon to regain the WWE Championship. WrestleMania 17 was in many ways the last stand for WWE's Attitude Era. Steve Austin and Triple H formed a two-man power trip as an impending invasion from WCW and ECW would forever alter WWE. So much talent in one spot would lead to the brand split and a new era, one of ruthless aggression. And at WrestleMania 20, WWE returned to its roots in New York City, proudly featuring two ring generals competing for the WWE Championship, with Eddie Guerrero defending against Kurt Angle. From his arrival to WWE in late 1999, Kurt Angle was an absolute natural in a WWE ring. His rookie year would see him capture the European, Intercontinental, and WWE Championships, an astounding accomplishment.
The Intercontinental and European titles he actually held at the same time.
Integrity
and intelligence.
To either be a champion,
he claims intelligence. That's impossible. His head is hollow. His t-shirt used to say "You suck," but they had to switch it because he swallows. I love that.
Resentment, Kurt looked to right the wrongs as he challenged for the championship. Despite coming from a legendary wrestling family, Eddie would not receive the path to instant stardom that his opponent did. Instead, he worked his way up from Mexico to ECW and then to WCW before finally earning a chance with WWE. It took him years to finally realize his dream, and once he had, Eddie did everything he could to keep it. In 2004, Eddie won a 15-man mini Royal Rumble that granted him a match against Brock Lesnar at No Way Out for the WWE Championship. The last man he eliminated? Yep, Kurt Angle. Still, at this point, the two appeared to be on friendly terms, even if the disappointment was obvious for Kurt.
Yeah, they can't tell you who won the actual Royal Rumble.
It was his time to show that he was a top performer.
Let's just say for a very specific reason. And then they also left out that Eddie had a little bit of help winning that match for the WWE Championship. Why they left that part out, I don't know, because the guy who helped him is in the game.
Struck. Attacking Eddie while working as a special guest referee, Angle went ballistic on Latino Heat.
I felt the need to beat Eddie Guerrero, not just beat him, but beat him up and try to hurt him.
The tone was set. This was not about competition or athletic pursuit. This was about a former champion desperate to reclaim his throne, and a new champion who wasn't going to let anyone take his dreams away from him. Now it's time for you to put Kurt Angle in the silver medal position and find a way to retain Eddie Guerrero's WWE Championship at WrestleMania. But if you're not careful, Kurt's going to grab that ankle, and you'll have two choices: tap or snap.
Also, for those of you who can actually hear me, I would highly recommend that you go look up and watch Eddie Guerrero's promo to Brock Lesnar before No Way Out. Just look up Eddie Guerrero, Brock Lesnar, No Way Out promo. It's very powerful. That's all I will say.
Kurt Angle always looked to prove that his opponent had no business in the ring with him. He'd use basic mat wrestling sequences to feel his opponent out, to see if he could make them uncomfortable. Eddie Guerrero knew that he had the technical skills to hang with Angle, and showing them off would be essential to his survival in the match. If Angle knew you were outmatched right away, he'd just play with you. Eddie being able to counter his way of Angle's mat wrestling was his way of saying, I'm the champion for a reason, and I'm just as good as you are. Nobody able to grab control, both back to their feet in a standoff. Angle looking a little surprised that Eddie was more than capable on the ground.
Suplex C, bitch. But and yep. Sorry, guys. I had to read that and see what it said. And three amigos. Uno. Oh. Well.
The reversals in this match were non-stop. Kurt would find his way out of Eddie's three amigos. And Eddie returned the favor when he freed himself from Angle's grasp as he attempted the rolling German suplexes. Angle's attempts to show that Eddie wasn't in his league had not gone the way he'd hoped for to this point. The anger that led him to attack Eddie in the first place now had Angle looking for a German suplex from the apron onto the floor. Luckily, Eddie was able to free himself from the situation and open up more offense for himself. I don't know why I was
locking out the referee's faces, but
an opponent like Kurt Angle was so difficult for this very reason. He was so good, he'd force you to take big risks against him in hopes of gaining that ever so important control. It appeared Angle had set him up, moving out of the way the second that Eddie dove at him from the top rope. Eddie went chest first into the barricade, taking all the air out of him.
Shit. Oh, shit. Really?
As Angle maintained his control, Eddie again grew desperate, looking for any chance to get Angle on the defensive. Perched on the top turnbuckle, Guerrero would fight back, sending Angle crashing to the mat. Looking to strike quickly, Eddie again went for broke, attempting his frog splash to a downed Angle. Each time Eddie took a risk, it failed to pay off. Was Kurt baiting him to force the mistakes, or was Eddie just rushing the opportunity? Eddie would need to make adjustments if he was going to find the victory.
Powerbomb! Dos. Tres.
Eddie was attempting to rally, and Angle needed to cut it off quickly.
Now this is creative as fuck.
Business when the straps come down. He had Eddie right where he wanted him, looking to end the match courtesy of his trademark ankle lock. Eddie hadn't taken much damage to his ankle at this point and was able to survive the painful predicament with a timely roll-up. So evenly matched, no one able to maintain a dominant position for long. Both men were unsure of their path to victory, but Angle was not going to let that throw him off his plan, as he took the champion down again with another German suplex.
Hang on, guys. Sorry, I'm answering a question on the Facebook. Bop. 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 1, 2, 3. There we
Eddie
go.
had fought so hard to get back into the match, struggling to get Angle back to his feet, hoping to put the finishing touches on his
20 years
challenger.
ago. Yeah.
In the blink of an eye,
Actually, I
Angle
think
had
tomorrow
managed
it will
to
be
trap
2 years
Eddie
ago.
back
Or
in
20
the
years
ankle
ago.
lock.
Yeah.
The exhaustion was obvious, but Eddie continued to fight. Could he make it to the ropes? Was he going to tap out?
This is what I was talking about. This was,
Eddie reached into
I
his bag
believe,
of tricks and was able to roll
I believe
forward,
if this is what I think it is, I
sending
believe
Angle
this
crashing
is
to the floor.
genius.
Despite freeing himself from the hold, Eddie still seemed to be in a bad predicament. His ankle looked to be severely damaged, keeping him from following up with any
I love
attacks.
this.
Looking scared,
Notice what he's doing.
Eddie began to loosen his boot, hoping to alleviate any potential swelling.
Now remember that here in a second, because it's going to be important. Also, my wife shared past tense because, you know, Eddie died, but my wife shared a birthday with Eddie Guerrero.
The look in Angle's eyes as he went back
I
into the
love
ring
it.
was
He
like a
saw
lion
him say,
chasing
"Oh,
down its
shit."
prey. With the ankle lock again applied, was there anything left in Eddie? The answer was yes. As Eddie would free himself from both his loose boot
Wait, what?
and the ankle lock itself. In the confusion, Kurt would run right into a small package attempt by Eddie. And the bell rang with Eddie Guerrero finally tricking Kurt Angle, keeping his status as WWE Champion intact.
Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat himself, showing that he did indeed know all the tricks needed to defeat Kurt Angle. Whoever thought that a loose boot could ever be so helpful? A fantastic win in a very special matchup, and Eddie Guerrero remains WWE Champion at WrestleMania 20. For our next match, we go to the very next year, and WrestleMania 21 in Los Angeles, California. The card was loaded from top to bottom and would feature the first WWE and World Championship victories for two guys named John Cena and Batista. Ever heard of them? But also
Nah, I've never heard of either of them.
the highest order was set to take place. Folks, the issue between Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle blew up so quickly and so unexpectedly. It all started at the 2005 Royal Rumble match. After falling short in a WWE Championship match earlier in the night, Angle would steal someone else's number, looking for one last chance at a WWE Championship. Shawn Michaels also had dreams of headlining another WrestleMania, and winning the Rumble match was the only place to do that. Shawn was number 19, while Kurt entered at 20. And Angle was a whirlwind of offense once he hit the ring.
Yep.
But it was to be short-lived.
That's usually how it goes.
Stun the crowd
And
and eliminate
bye-bye.
Angle only 37 seconds after his arrival on the scene. Kurt went ballistic, attacking Shawn and eliminating him from the Rumble. A dream match that could headline any card. Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels was not going to be about stealing the show or making memories.
My issue with you goes all the way back to 1996. I won a gold medal. And people are talking to me about some guy named Shawn Michaels gliding down from the rafters that year and putting on a wrestling clinic.
Kurt would reveal an obsession with proving himself superior to Michaels in every way possible, which included defeating former partners of Michaels, along with delivering an incredible rendition of Sexy Kurt, Angle's version of Shawn Michaels' entrance theme.
I'm just a sexy Kurt. I'll make your ankle hurt. Ankle hurt!
So with all the stars out in full force for WrestleMania 21, two of the greatest all-around performers.
And I just lost a viewer with that. Hey, don't blame me.
And here to provide us with some first-hand insight on this contest, Kurt Angle sat down with us.
WrestleMania is just, you know, it's the most popular sporting event of all time. It's the most important event for any pro wrestler, and when you get there and you're able to perform there, it's a true honor. I consider Shawn Michaels the greatest overall entertainer in the history of the business. Shawn is the type of individual that puts on five-star matches show after show after show. And if you don't have that five-star match with Shawn, then there's something wrong with you. You know you're going to have to up your game, and you have to be at your very best.
Shawn Michaels could have a match with a broom and make it look good.
The chemistry was there. I just thought that Shawn and I might have had possibly the greatest match of all time.
A true honor. Thank you to Kurt Angle for sharing his thoughts about his sublime encounter with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21. With that, it's time for you to show that you've got the intensity, integrity, and intelligence to defeat Shawn Michaels under the brightest lights in sports entertainment. You know Mr. WrestleMania will be looking for every opportunity to stop you in your tracks with a little sweet chin music. Too reckless.
Exploder suplex. Okay, it's not what I meant to do, but it'll work. And smack. Stop. Stop. Oh, that's fine. Get out of the ring, goddammit.
Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle came into this match looking to prove their superiority over the other. Now, the match was about to kick up a notch. Angle, looking to suplex Shawn Michaels right through the announce table, showed how badly he wanted to injure the Heartbreak Kid in this contest. While Michaels managed to escape the attempt, he would not be so lucky on the follow-up.
Sorry, couldn't help it.
An Angle slam into the ring post was not what anyone was expecting to see so early.
That hurt like hell.
But Angle would look to target Shawn's main weak point, going for the back that had been injured in 1998 and forced Michaels out of action for 4 years.
For those of you who missed my last stream of this, I will be playing both versions of My Rise on stream and uploading it to YouTube, and our Universe mode is coming back. for anyone who was curious. Okay. Not what I clicked on, but okay.
With Shawn's back compromised, Angle kept his focus there. But HBK is never out of the match, and he was able to send Angle to the mat.
And
Shawn went big, looking for his flying elbow. But Angle managed to roll out of the way.
Shawn said it best himself. The reason they do it is because they love the crowd. The feeling you get when the adrenaline courses through your body, making you do things they'll say in person would ever think of doing. It's like, and you'll see people, you wouldn't do something like that. If it meant making the crowd happy, you damn right I would.
Backdropping Kurt to the floor. Did Shawn have anything left? Could Michaels overcome the damage done to his back to this point and mount his own offensive attack? For HBK, there was no time to waste
almost
if he wanted to
anything.
maintain control
There's certain
of the
things I wouldn't do,
Shawn
but you
knew
get
how
the
good
idea.
Angle was, taking a huge risk by diving to the floor, knowing it might be the only thing that'd work at that point. And now, HBK had turned the tables, with Angle hurting on the arena floor.
So, for context, they had this match, which, considering I'm actually, playing as Kurt Angle, and apart from last year, you always play as the person who won the match. Obviously, Kurt wins this match. Then they have a rematch at Vengeance, which Shawn won. Hang on. Sorry, wife. And then, on an episode of Raw in 2005, October 2005 to be exact, kind of busy, babe. Damn, dude. Get back in the fucking ring. Really? You're asking me this shit while I'm streaming.
Michaels would reverse another angle slam attempt, only to find himself in the ankle lock. But Kurt would receive no rest here, with Michaels again reversing to a pin attempt.
And then, sorry, as I was saying, they had a Ironman match, which is whoever can get the most falls in a set time limit, which ended in a draw because they were going to do overtime, but Angle, being the heel, said,
for a moment seemed to lose his cool. What do I have to do to beat this guy? It only lasted a moment, though, and with Angle pulling his straps back up, only to take them right back down, he appeared focused on the task at hand once again. Defeat Shawn Michaels and prove himself as WWE's best all-around competitor.
Nowadays, they call this move Super City Bitch. Bro. Bro, get on the goddamn top rope. Bro. Come on.
Despite controlling the match at this point, Angle would inexplicably lose his cool. His inability to defeat Shawn Michaels was causing the rage, and Angle let it all out as he screamed in Shawn's face. Michaels would break free from Angle's grip, and bam! It flooded with the picture-perfect Sweet Chin music. With Angle down, Shawn now had his chance. Did Michaels have enough strength left in that kick to knock Angle out? Could he capitalize here? Could Shawn shake off the damage he'd taken thus far and cover Angle with the pin? If Angle made it to his feet first, then Shawn's last gasp would have been all in vain. The referee continued to count. No way this would end in a double countout, right? But that was stopped, with Shawn finally getting back to his feet. Running on fumes, Kurt Angle would try once more to catch Shawn Michaels in the ankle lock. Michaels, looking out at the faces in the crowd, was not going to let these people down. Michaels fought like a wounded animal, trying everything to escape the hold. Spinning through to reverse, crawling to the ropes, and flailing around to loosen Kurt's grip. Kurt had an answer for every attempt, seemingly locking in the hold even tighter every time Shawn failed to break it. Angle had slowly taken Shawn's base away by first chipping away at his back. And now taking Shawn's leg away from him, too. Once Angle had dropped down and grapevined his legs, you knew it was over. Not that Michaels hadn't got out of situations like this before. Not that he couldn't survive a submission hold. But this version of the ankle lock had proven inescapable in the past. Michaels still fought valiantly.
Once he had the grapevine, 9 times out of 10, it was over.
Anything to save him.
You let him get a hold of you like that, he's like an anaconda. You try to fight, he's just going to squeeze tighter.
The desperation was etched on his face, and he was finally faced with a decision. Win the match or save your career. And forced with that choice, Shawn decided on self-preservation and tapped out in the middle of the ring, giving Kurt Angle the win in this outstanding battle.
Here is your winner, Kurt Angle.
Angle celebrated this win as if he'd become WWE champion again, and honestly, who could blame him? And while Michaels was unable to defeat Angle, he had at least proven himself to be at the level of a gold medalist, and perhaps more importantly, had managed to save himself to fight another day. There may not be a better example of a pure wrestling match in WrestleMania history. Kurt Angle showed himself to be the ultimate grappler by forcing the submission of Shawn Michaels on this occasion. What a feather in the cap of an already Hall of Fame career for Angle. And another incredible performance by the showstopper himself, HBK. Let's be honest, nobody left this match a loser.
You got a point. Alright. Let's see. What match is next?
In a world where dream matches don't always live up to the hype, Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21 far surpassed it. Nearly a half hour of a hard-fought battle, with Kurt Angle earning the highlight submission of his career, getting Shawn Michaels to tap out to the ankle lock. But Shawn Michaels was far from done. 4 years after the spectacular encounter against Angle,
I don't know why they're skipping ahead. They could at least include a match from every WrestleMania, so we can have every WrestleMania arena, like with 30 years of WrestleMania.
Shawn Michaels faced a man with whom he'd crossed paths many times, The Undertaker. A matchup that would completely envelop the WWE Universe from the second it was announced. Two of WWE's longest tenured gladiators, they had engaged in battle many times before, but it had also been quite a while since they faced off one-on-one with any real stakes. Classic battles between the two during the Attitude Era saw the birth of the Hell in a Cell match. A casket match so physical, it eventually caused Michaels to take a 4-year break from action. Every time the two faced off, it was an intense collision that saw the winner just barely skate by. Shawn won Hell in a Cell in the casket match at the 1998 Royal Rumble, but he never looked like the winner. At the 2007 Royal Rumble, all that was in the past. So when Undertaker and Shawn Michaels were the final two in the Rumble match, there was an awakening. The crowd roaring louder with each passing second. A back-and-forth clash would see Undertaker get the elimination and the Rumble victory that night, but there was unfinished business between the two. As 2009 started off, things fell into place. Undertaker failed to win the Rumble and came up short again at the Elimination Chamber, leaving him without any WrestleMania plans. That would all change when Shawn Michaels, now under the employ of JBL after a bad business decision, regained his independence and defeated JBL in a match where the winner would get the chance to end The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. Now, Mr. WrestleMania would take on the event's undefeated phenom and the world stood still to watch it unfold. Embracing light to counteract Undertaker's dark powers, Michaels believed himself to be the chosen one to earn that first WrestleMania victory over the Dead Man. Now, it's up to you to protect Undertaker's streak and take down the showstopper. Or will it be you that will be forced to rest in peace? Two of WWE's greatest icons.
He does.
Shawn Michaels.
I
and The
love it. He
Undertaker
just manhandles
finally
him.
meeting under the WrestleMania lights. Michaels looked to antagonize Undertaker, hoping to fluster him into making a mistake. And if all that failed, Shawn still
like,
used
nah,
some
bitch, I ain't falling for that.
tactics to help keep the match in his favor. Shawn knew that if he wanted to end the streak, he would have to use every single trick in his arsenal. Undertaker would see that nothing was sacred once the bell rang.
Hey. And that's it. All right.
Undertaker rushed at Shawn, but Michaels saw it coming and managed to move.
Man, that big. Undertaker sure does
Immediately,
move quick.
HBK would focus on the injured knee, knowing that the best way to beat a big man is to take away the vertical base.
You ain't wrong. Chop block. Thanks.
The second it seemed Undertaker was getting back up, Shawn floored him with a huge low bridge enziguri to stay in control. Shawn would not allow Undertaker any chance to recover. Did HBK really have the dead man's number?
Boop. And beep. And Bret. This rolling out of the ring shit's gotta stop. Really? All the way up. And all the way. And there we go. We'll just toss this over here, get rid of these. Boom. Did I fucking say you could do backflip? Really? Trying to make sure he doesn't run out of stamina. Stop doing the fucking dodge shit. I'm doing it this way for a reason.
Things were tooth and nail to this point, with both Undertaker and Shawn Michaels seeking the win. Michaels would give himself a big opportunity when his baseball slide dropkick connected. The fans buzzed as he climbed to the top rope, anticipating his next move. Also anticipating that next move was Undertaker himself. He'd avoid Shawn's daring moonsault, letting HBK hit the ground extremely hard.
That looked like it hurt. I get what I get and like it, huh? Now, fun fact about this upcoming stunt, if this is what I think it is, if it's not, I'll put it on hold. If it is, I'll wait until it actually happens.
With both men down, Michaels pleaded with the referee not to stop the match. No injury was so bad that he couldn't continue the fight. Still begging the referee to let him fight, Michaels didn't see Undertaker sit up or get back to his feet.
Oh yeah, I think it is. Yeah, so this upcoming stunt actually got this cameraman you're about to see fired.
Over the top rope, he'd hit so many times before. But on this night,
yeah, that cameraman got fired for this.
Shawn pulled the cameraman into Undertaker's path, avoiding the incoming Phenom as he torpedoed back to
He was actually out of position. He was supposed to catch, or he was supposed to be in position so that Undertaker could dive onto him, but the reason Shawn grabbed him and yanked him like that is because he was out of position, and Undertaker almost almost gave himself a damn concussion. That cameraman is actually a wrestler. He's the son of Jimmy Superfly Snuka, brother of Tamina Snuka, who I believe is in the game.
Meanwhile, Shawn was barely better off, struggling to get to his feet while shaking off his own missed moonsault. Such an anticipated matchup. Would it continue? Could it continue? Now it was Shawn, realizing the stakes as he got back into the ring. This was his chance. HBK could absolutely end the streak. Dragging the referee back into the ring, Michaels insisted that the match not be stopped, but instead that the official start the 10 count. Did Michaels really want a count-out win? Would he be satisfied ending the streak in that fashion?
I know I wouldn't, but that's me. Right. Yeah. Bro. I love that look that they...
Undertaker had managed to get back into the match after many thought he was finished, and now he was looking to take Shawn on a last ride. Undertaker was so determined that not even a reversal by HBK into a pin attempt could stop him, as he manhandled Michaels back to his feet,
I love it.
hitting a devastating last ride in the middle of the ring. But now it was Shawn's turn to display his resiliency, beating the referee's count to kick out at 2. This marquee matchup was not only living up to expectation, it was surpassing them. Undertaker would have to shake off the disappointment of the failed pin attempt and get back to showing Michaels that the darkness was stronger than the light.
I know about all that. On the top rope, god damn it. I mean, honestly, that is fucking terrifying. Seeing someone who's nearly 7 feet tall. Bro. 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 Thank you. Get up. Bro! Yeah,
Now Undertaker was in full control. With HBK down on the mat, Undertaker would pull the straps down, signaling to everyone that the end was near.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There
It
was
was
no
time
way
for
no
the
match was
tombstone. And
gonna
everyone
top
braced
this.
as
This
Taker
should have been the
lifted
main
Michaels
event,
back to his feet.
but it wasn't.
In an instant, Shawn would counter the tombstone into a miraculous DDT, once again flooring the Phenom.
Because Triple H just had to be in the main event. Just like he did at WrestleMania
Michaels then
18
went back
following
into
The
the
Rock
corner,
versus Hulk
looking to
Hogan.
recompose himself.
Or, I'm sorry,
Was it time
Hollywood
to set up
Hogan.
some sweet chin music?
Oh, shit.
Michaels' chance was
You know what,
here.
Henry? Have y'all been not able to hear me this whole time? I've been talking. Bro.
Undertaker was hoping to squash Shawn in the corner, sensing that Michaels was nearly finished. But pure instinct allowed Michaels to get his boot up and once again buy him some time as he planned his next attack.
I wasn't sure if you guys were actually able to hear me because my headset has been unplugged this whole time, or at least I think so.
The two had stopped the other in their tracks so many times that even Undertaker seemed surprised when Shawn jumped right into his arms as he attempted a moonsault. Into the
tombstone
for Undertaker to connect with the legendary tombstone piledriver, which was more than enough to finally keep Michaels down for the 3 count. Oh, man, I remember this. Both men just laying on the mat once the battle was finished. Michaels still rocked from the tombstone, and of course the Undertaker having somehow survived diving onto the arena floor. Undertaker runs his streak up to 17-0. As hyped up as this match was heading into WrestleMania, knowing that it not only met the expectations, but surpassed them in such a way that fans wanted to see it again, you can't tell me this isn't one of the greatest performances by both superstars at any WrestleMania. You can't.
No, he's not wrong. I believe so too, so.
As badly as the WWE Universe wanted to see Shawn Michaels against The Undertaker, it seems that the two WWE legends wanted it even more, both giving it everything they had, both using some old tricks and some new ones. But ultimately, it ended as all of Undertaker's WrestleMania matches had to that point. a tombstone.
A tombstone.
And he would win. But nothing lasts forever, and Undertaker was about to learn this very painful lesson courtesy of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, who's also not in the
You already know
game.
what this is about. Brock returned to WWE from the world of mixed martial arts in 2012, ready to conquer the world. A loss to John Cena quickly derailed the hype, but a rebound victory over Triple H at SummerSlam seemed to have the beast back on track. Still, Brock wasn't where he wanted to be as of the fall of 2013 approached, so he took a sabbatical from WWE. He'd return near the end of the year, demanding a WWE Championship match. Despite attempting to force the match, Brock was not given what he wanted. Instead, he'd receive an open contract for an opponent at WrestleMania. And this open contract would be answered by none other than The Undertaker, who would sign in Brock's blood after putting him through a table. It seemed impossible. Undertaker's streak was beyond legend. With names like Diesel, Randy Orton, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels all proudly displayed on the list.
Triple H and Shawn Michaels twice. Well, actually, Triple H 3 times.
Seen as an underdog heading into the encounter. But Lesnar and his manager, Paul Heyman, were confident that they had what they needed to send a shockwave throughout all of WWE.
Shock
They
the
knew
system?
that
Oh,
when they
wait.
win at WrestleMania, the world would be Brock's. He wouldn't have to demand anything ever again. It'd just be given to him.
Yeah, he ain't. They ain't wrong.
WWE's baddest brawlers collide in the center of the ring. Would an F5 send Undertaker's streak spinning? Would Undertaker find a way to send yet another opponent to rest with the other lost souls? You're going to have to step into the most intimidating scenario in WWE history. Competing against The Undertaker at WrestleMania. You managed to protect the streak earlier. Can you now bring it to an end and leave everyone in attendance speechless?
The fuck do you think? Undertaker actually gets concussed near the start of the match.
Let everyone know that Brock wasn't intimidated. Undertaker, on the other hand, needed to employ his mental warfare, like landing on his feet when Brock tried to clothesline him to the floor to keep an edge on Brock.
I like that look. He's just like, really, bitch?
Neither man had a huge power advantage over the other, so it would be Undertaker's mind games against Brock's freakish athleticism. Brawling on the apron didn't get either man very far, though Undertaker was able to hit a shot on Brock over the top rope to get back into the match. The two had smashed each other with huge punches and knees, yet neither seemed to feel the effects. The WWE Universe wanted to see which Titan would blink first here.
If you ever wanted to know what it was like to get mauled by Brock Lesnar, that should give you a pretty good indication. He's pretty good at that. Bop. It's not very often. Get up and fucking... Really? Hi, Paul. I don't remember you telling you to do that, Paul, but that works. 1. And a 2. And a 3. And bruh. Get up. Ah. Bro. Bro. And a 4. And a 5. And a 6. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay, I'm like, the hell?
Brock had Undertaker against the ropes here and was ready to start putting it on him. Talking trash and taunting Undertaker after each clubbing blow, Brock was firmly in control. You could see the distant look in Undertaker's eyes as he tries to stay on his feet. No one had treated Undertaker like this before, and it was shocking to see Undertaker seemingly helpless against the onslaught of the Beast. Undertaker would dig deep, finding a DDT to put Brock down on the mat.
I can tell you, I was watching this live. There were no dueling "Let's go Taker, let's go Lesnar" chants.
Could Lesnar capitalize here? Undertaker was back to his feet first, but barely. Still staggering in the corner. Brock looked to kill the comeback immediately, but ran into Undertaker's boot. The Phenom would need to stay alert and push the action if he was going to conquer the Beast. Brock refused to give Undertaker any room to breathe, smothering him whenever possible.
Yeah.
And the effects were clear on Undertaker's face. But Undertaker would catch Brock with another big boot.
Okay, can anyone hear me?
To take Brock to school.
Anyone that is still here? I have my headset plugged in. I want to double check that anyone can hear me. I didn't have it plugged in like for a lot of the stream, so I don't. So I want to make sure, or at least it seemed like I didn't. So I want to make sure.
Brock
I'm just talking into a void here.
Dangerous scenario. How did Brock manage to catch Undertaker like that? Proving
and
time after time
that's it.
He would not wither. But Undertaker would show his supernatural resiliency. Able to
it's
kick
the
out
next
of the
one.
F5 when it certainly
Second
to
F5. Then the third one is the one
Undertaker
that ends
was
it.
struggling in there with Brock, but wasn't out yet. Surely
yes, for those of you who do not know, this is the match that ends the streak.
Brock's face is the picture of frustration here.
It was the first. It was the first WrestleMania my wife had actually watched watched live, and she felt bad. She was like, "I cursed him." Get up. And one. And bro. Four. Come on, get up. Five. Get up. God damn. Bruh. Get up. Bro! Get out of the way, ref!
Undertaker gave everyone one last moment of hope as he elbowed free from Brock's F5 attempt. But a match that had seen Lesnar thwart Undertaker at every turn continued that trend.
Yep.
Will the tombstone be the answer, as it had been so many times before? The
Unfortunately.
way Brock manhandled Undertaker to get him set for the F5 after he reversed the tombstone, looking back, it's so obvious that Undertaker's out. But at the moment, no one believed it was over, even after the F5. It was Undertaker. He'd kick out. He had to kick out.
That's unfortunately what you think.
The looks on the faces. Just look at the shock on every fan in attendance. No one
I still can't believe they actually showed that guy's
That
face.
speaks volumes about what Undertaker had built. The man had already survived multiple F5s, and the fans still thought he'd be able to survive the last one. Nobody will ever duplicate the 21-0 record that Undertaker set to open his WrestleMania career. Simply competing at 21 WrestleManias is a daunting enough task, but to win every single time out, it may not have lasted forever, but that is still a number that will live forever. And I have to say, I've never in my entire career heard a crowd react the way that crowd reacted to the end of the streak. Hell, I still can't believe it happened. It is still the most shocking ending to any match at WrestleMania. And I'm feeling the goosebumps again right now. Brock Lesnar pins The Undertaker in the middle of the WrestleMania 30 ring, silencing the entire arena.
Yep.
There will never be another Undertaker. But on this occasion, the night belonged to Brock Lesnar as he conquered the juggernaut-like WrestleMania streak of The Undertaker.
I would be careful saying juggernaut. I have a friend who might take offense to that. Yep. Unfortunately, you don't get to play as Brock Lesnar in this game.
Quite possibly the most jaw-dropping result in WrestleMania history. The Undertaker streak ends at the hands of Brock Lesnar. The looks on the faces of those in attendance told us everything. Nobody saw this coming. Our next match takes us to the Greater Bay Area of Northern California and WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, this one.
Seth Rollins has been on top of the world ever since he decided to leave the Shield behind to do the bidding of the Authority. This move paid off instantly as it captured the Money in the Bank briefcase in July of 2014. Rollins was untouchable, protected by those in power, and with the knowledge that at any moment he could turn that briefcase into the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. All seemed to be well within the ranks of the Authority, but the harmony would not last long. Randy Orton, who had been the Authority's top hand until Rollins joined the ranks, didn't seem so happy with the favoritism his former rival was now enjoying. This would come to a head with Rollins attacking Orton following a tag team match, connecting with his vaunted stomp to make it clear that their association was now over. The Viper was furious, attempting to get revenge, but never quite finding it. Another stomp from Rollins would force Orton out of action for a few months, with Rollins bragging about his actions the entire time. But at Fastlane in February of 2015, Orton would make his return following a six-man tag featuring Rollins, delivering RKOs to everyone who got in his way. But as luck would have it, Rollins would manage to escape unharmed.
Yep.
Orton made it clear he wanted one thing, and one thing only. Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Orton wanted to show the Authority they made a huge error in backing Rollins instead of Orton, and he was going to make an example of their new golden boy. The pressure's on. Can you humble Seth Rollins in front of an enormous WrestleMania audience? Will this legend be the one you can't kill? The stomp meets the RKO. Next.
And while Orton does win this match, Rollins gets the last laugh at the end of the night. Also, hi, not J&J Security.
Orton and Rollins struggled early to take command of the match, mirroring the struggle for power the two had while both associated with the Authority. Orton was all business. He knew that Rollins was dangerous, and he wasn't going to make any mistakes just trying to show off. Rollins, on the other hand, wanted to make his mark on the event, and he knew that victory over Orton would send a message to the entire WWE roster.
Welcome, 3 viewers, by the way.
This need to make a statement almost cost Rollins when Orton followed up a dropkick with an attempt at the RKO. Was Rollins' arrogance going to cost him? Did he respect Orton's ability at all? It was Orton, though, who'd make the next mistake. Chasing Rollins around the ringside area and back in, where Rollins set him up for a devastating hot shot on the ropes.
Yep.
Just like that, Rollins had neutralized Orton's offense and looked ready to pour it on further. What adjustments would Orton have to make now that his RKO had failed him? And would he be able to make them in the moment against Rollins? Orton needed to try for another RKO, knowing that the quick strike would be the end of Rollins whenever it hit. Every time Orton seized control, those two goons in Rollins' security would try and distract Orton, or even outright interfere. With the backing of the authority, officials were hesitant to disqualify Rollins, or even have his security removed. With Rollins temporarily halted,
He's like, that's okay, I got this.
Remove Rollins' security from the equation himself.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry, you ain't got to disqualify him, I'll take care of him.
While we all pondered these questions, Seth Rollins provided the answer by wiping Orton out with a breathtaking suicide dive. Orton had squandered his advantage in the match for now.
Oh. God damn it. They gotta get some new crowd noise, because God damn it. Get him in the fucking corner. I said corner, not ropes. Corner, not ropes. There. God damn. Get up. God damn it, get... Really? God damn! Throwaway slam. Bro! Why do I have to wait until I have to restore again? Makes no sense, but okay. Back! Come on. Bro. Bruh. Did I fucking say you could get up? I don't remember saying that. I remember saying, get your ass down and stay down. God damn it. Ha! God damn it. Stay down. Seriously? There we go.
Orton had finally put Seth in a bad spot and backed into the corner, looking to deliver his infamous punt kick. But like they had already multiple times, Rollins' security ran back into the ring, where they'd both eat RKOs for their
good night.
Once again, Rollins took advantage of the distraction.
Went for the stomp and
with a
oh,
stomp.
not that one.
Same
Not yet.
stomp that had taken Orton out of action for months.
The fuck? Bro! 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 Get the fuck off of me! Quit fucking going. Quit fucking reversing.
Rollins would evade another attempt at the RKO as he had done throughout the match. But then, in a moment
And
of play in Randy Orton unleashes possibly his greatest RKO ever to stop Seth Rollins in his tracks. The Viper never looked better, expertly setting up his prey to make one wrong move so he could strike from, that's right, out of nowhere. Randy Orton's perseverance allowed him to overcome stifling 3-against-1 odds. And despite being unable to land the RKO on multiple occasions, when the moment presented itself, he fully took advantage. Orton, now able to truly show the authority that they had backed the wrong guy all along. Doubly satisfying. And Rollins' master plan had crumbled. He'd now live forever in WrestleMania highlight reels for all the wrong reasons. Surely there was nothing that could save this.
I love the foreshadowing.
This was Randy Orton's, and the only thing people would remember from this event would be that RKO. Nothing was going to change what Orton had done to Seth Rollins.
I love the foreshadowing. I love it. Oh, you know, nothing else important happened on this night. Not to Seth Rollins, anyway. Not at all. No, don't worry about it. We're just going to go to the next match, you know. Nothing important. Nothing really important happened. Hey, Doodle, I see you in here. Nothing at all. Nope. Not a damn thing else happened. Also, hi, Calf.
Crashes to earth with one of the most famous RKOs ever, ending his quest for victory. A statement win for Randy Orton, but Seth Rollins wasn't done yet.
Yep.
Later that same evening, Brock Lesnar would take part in a match that had another surprising conclusion. The WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Brock had used his victory over Undertaker at WrestleMania 30 to get a championship match against John Cena at SummerSlam 2014, taking the title from Cena in a scary display of dominance.
Oh, yeah.
Since
that
victory, Brock had steamrolled everyone put in front of him, including an impressive defense of the title at the 2015 Royal Rumble against both Cena and Seth Rollins. It did not matter who stood across from Lesnar. He was going to eat, sleep, suplex, repeat his way to victory after victory. Roman Reigns capitalized on his growing momentum by winning the 2015 Royal Rumble, punching his ticket to take on the WWE World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania 31. The future tribal chief knew that he was destined to become WWE World Heavyweight Champion, showing no fear or intimidation in the presence of Lesnar. In a completely unexpected twist, something took place during that match that turned everything upside down. During a moment that saw both Lesnar and Reigns down on the mat, it would be the music of Seth Rollins that would hit.
Thanks for... I thought I was going to get to play the match.
And just like that, a one-on-one contest became a triple threat. To tell us more about what some consider to be the greatest cash-in ever,
oh, yeah.
we have the visionary himself, Seth Rollins.
For WWE superstars, for myself especially, WrestleMania is everything.
Don't ask me what's up with his outfit. I don't know.
Tirelessly grinding, sacrificing. Every year you get ready, to put on the best show. You want everything to peak at the right time because you know that that moment is going to be the most watched, witnessed moment of the entire year. And if you do it right, you can create something that's bigger than you and in some ways transcends our entire industry. I had my sights set on the main event of WrestleMania for some time, though. I just needed the perfect opportunity to make sure that the cash-in was a success. When it's all said and done, if I'm remembered for nothing else, I will live forever in that moment.
Big thanks to Seth Rollins for giving us the time to talk about WrestleMania 31 and the cash-in heard around the world. Now it's up to you to figure out how you're going to walk out of this incredible encounter with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. They've built it up, but can you burn it down?
So I am going to get to play the match. Okay. Oh.
From the immediate outset, Brock Lesnar was out to prove that Roman
So he was just letting us know how the match ended. Thanks, Corey.
He was not impressed with the Royal Rumble win, and he was not impressed with Roman's past achievements. Roman had come in extremely self-confident. Trying to return Brock's head-on approach, Roman instead ran right into an F5. One thing I remember vividly was that Lesnar didn't immediately go for the pin. Some people think it was respectful, you know, like Roman's not done yet. I saw it as Lesnar not wanting to let Reigns off the hook so easy. Brock Lesnar was out to humiliate Roman Reigns. He's hurt, so keep hurting him.
And this is where, why is there a kendo stick in the ring? And this is where the term suplex C bitch was coined. He said it as he was, you know, tossing Roman around. Let's see, does that count? No, it does not. Okay. Oh, it does. Okay. Well, it's not spoilers for me, but I mean, you know, some people might not want to know what happened in a match that I'm about to play. I mean, did you know what happened in the match before he spoiled it for you? Really? Bro. Because I didn't think you were into wrestling like that. Bro. Then how the hell did you know how the match ended? Bitch! Bro! That's also fair. You know, including this one asshole who claims to be your best friend. Bruh! Uh-huh. Oh, come on! Bro! Hold on, I need to check something. Does anybody know when Easter is? Sorry guys, work group chat going off and I'm trying to figure things out. Okay, what the hell? Where is my... Okay, so 2 weeks from today? Yeah, 2 weeks from today. Okay. Reason I ask is because my work is actually closed on Easter, so I was trying to figure out when I was just trying to figure out how long from now that is. Yes, I am going to keep stomping him. I'm aware Easter is on a Sunday, so I would have been off anyway. That's not the point.
Exactly how Brock Lesnar wanted it to go. Another F5 put his brash challenger down on the mat. What more could Lesnar do to humiliate this guy? Brock had an idea. Removing his gloves, ensuring that any punch he landed would do even more damage.
Why would you? I don't understand this WWE. Like, why are you blurring shit out? It's archive footage.
But when Brock opened up the barrage with a slap, it seemed to awaken something within Reigns.
Yeah, these two have faced each other at 3 different WrestleManias. The one that we're watching right now, 3 years later at WrestleMania 34 for the Universal Championship, and then 4 years after that at WrestleMania 38 for the WWE and Universal Championships.
Now it appeared that Roman was trying to humiliate Brock. Who in their right mind laughs in the face of Brock Lesnar?
Roman ain't exactly all that bright.
Two monstrous German suplexes got the intended result. Roman Reigns wasn't smiling anymore, and Suplex City was born. And when Brock followed that up with yet another F5, it looked like that was all she wrote. But Roman Reigns would give everyone a glimpse of what he had inside, somehow kicking out at 2. For the first time in the entire match, Brock Lesnar seemed at a loss as to what to do next. Would he just have to hit F5 after F5 until Roman stayed down?
Which was what he did at WrestleMania 34.
He was showing us all exactly what he was made of. And it was clearly starting to frustrate a once supremely confident Brock Lesnar.
Oh. Bro. You're the one that rolled out of the ring. You're throwing me back in? Fuck you. Stop doing the goddamn dodge shit.
Boom. When Lesnar hit that ring post, everything changed. Roman was now in control, and he had badly hurt the champion. He's not a machine. He's a man.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Brock had made it back into the ring. Roman knew he had to act immediately.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might want to get. Well, I mean, why would it matter to Brock if he got disqualified, or not disqualified? If he got counted out, title don't change hands on a disqualification or count out. If Brock got counted out, he would have retained the title. Yeah, Roman would have won, but he still would have kept the title. Bop!
One Superman punch landed, rocking Lesnar.
Bop! Can you still continue? He's on his fucking feet, ain't he?
Legs as he fell into the corner. Lesnar looked out on his feet, and Reigns appeared to be catching a second wind.
Yes, I'm good. I'd be like, yes, I'm good. Get the fuck out of my face.
That a third Superman punch was caught by Lesnar, but Reigns couldn't bother to be impressed by the feat of strength. A storm of elbows and headbutts freed him from Lesnar's grasp and allowed Roman to hit the ropes and finally hit the third Superman punch, taking Lesnar down.
Yeah, yeah, but he didn't stay down, did he?
A huge spear took Brock down again, but only momentarily. Roman didn't panic, backing up into the corner immediately. Roman Reigns leveling the beast with another heavy spear. But fate had other plans, with Brock kicking out at 2. Now it was Roman asking himself the questions. What more do I have to do? Can I beat Brock Lesnar? Can anyone beat Brock Lesnar? He had to dig down for whatever he had left inside to give Lesnar one last shot that would end this thing once and for all.
And
looking for a fourth Superman punch, Reigns instead found himself in Lesnar's clutches, once again victimized by an F5.
And this is what happens.
The damage had been done to Lesnar, leaving him incapable of making a cover of any kind. Unfortunately for both men, Seth Rollins' music hit. Was he really going to? There was no way he was crashing the WrestleMania main event and cashing in Money in the Bank. With both Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns having taken serious amounts of damage to this point, what in the world could possibly stop Seth Rollins from completely stealing the show and the WWE World Heavyweight Championship?
Bro. What the, why? Turn around. Really? Really? Avada-kedavra. That's what he calls that, by the way. Really? Bro!
Rollins had crashed the party, but he wasn't looking to stay long. He'd looked for the stomp on Brock Lesnar, but found himself set up for the F5. But that spear from Reigns would be his last gasp. And with nothing left in his energy reserves, Reigns would fall victim to Seth Rollins' stomp.
Also, if you listen without Corey Graves talking over it,
walks out of Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar as the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. You had to feel for both Reigns and even Lesnar, as the two had thrown everything at each other in hopes of capturing the championship. But it was all for naught, as Rollins had now rewritten the story of his WrestleMania 31. Everyone thought his evening had ended via spectacular RKO, but Seth Rollins stole the whole damn show with WWE's greatest cash-in, leaving Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar completely stunned as Seth walked out the new champion. Michael Cole called it the heist of the century. It's the greatest cash-in that Money in the Bank has ever produced.
As I was saying, if you listen, as he's pinning Roman, you can hear Seth say, you can hear Seth telling Roman, thank you.
History made with Seth Rollins leaving the main event of WrestleMania, a match in which he wasn't even scheduled to participate, as WWE World Heavyweight Champion. For my money, it's the greatest cash-in ever, and only proves that Seth Rollins has always been the visionary.
Okay.
WrestleMania has always been the place where the impossible's made possible, where dreams become a reality. And that was never more apparent than at WrestleMania 35 in New Jersey, when for the first time in its history, WrestleMania was main evented by the women of WWE.
Yep.
Ronda Rousey arrived in WWE like a tornado, first impressing in her debut at WrestleMania 34 before steamrolling her way to the Raw Women's Championship at SummerSlam 2018. The former MMA champion was unstoppable, using her wide array of throws and arm bars to hold everyone at bay. As Survivor Series approached, Becky Lynch, now SmackDown Women's Champion, would be set up to compete against Rousey. Unfortunately for Becky, she'd be replaced by Charlotte Flair after Becky was taken out of action following an inter-brand brawl on Raw.
Let's see who we're gonna get into this
Becky, however,
in the next stream.
At the 2019 Royal Rumble,
we are going to raid someone. Let's see who we're gonna raid.
By eliminating, you guessed it, Charlotte Flair. But before everything could be finalized, more bad news for Becky, as an injury to her knee led to her not being cleared to compete at WrestleMania, and WWE would replace her with Charlotte Flair. Becky would not sit by and just let that happen, however, and ultimately got her clearance. With that, she was added back to the match, and we now had a triple threat set up for the Raw Women's Championship. The surprises were not done, though. Shortly before WrestleMania, Charlotte would shock the world of sports entertainment by defeating Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And now the match would be winner takes all, meaning the winner would be both Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion. Three of the most talented women on the roster look to dazzle the world in the first ever women's main event at WrestleMania. Can you go out there and be the last kicker we all know Becky to be? Or will Charlotte and Ronda prove to be too much for you to overcome? Time to show everyone who really is the man.
Alright. We're gonna get into this match in the next stream, guys. I've been live for almost 3 hours. I have a couple of friends actually, who is streaming. They're playing Call of Duty, so we're gonna raid one of them. We're gonna do our usual hashtag Warhawks Army Raid. And we are going to, let me find her. Is she even still alive? Let's see, hold on. Oh, okay, well. Well, let's see. Hold on. Did they go? Did they? I guess they did. Okay. Okay, maybe not. Hold on. There we go. And that is my friend Sarah. Very good friend of mine. Go send her some love. And we will raid her now, and we will end the stream. See y'all over there.